Welcome students, welcome to my second lecture. I am Roxana Parvin, lecturer, Department of Civil Engineering, World University of Bangladesh. In my first lecture, we had learned to design a slab bridge, and in this lecture, we will start to design a low-rise building. Outline of the lecture. Today, we will cover the following contents. Drawing a plan of building floor. That means how to draw a plan. Design of the slab of the building, reinforcement detailing of the slab of the building. Building design. To design the building, we will go through the following data. Compressive strength of concrete, F prime C equal to 35,000 psi. Yielding strength of steel, Fy equal to 60,000 psi. Live load equal to 100 psf. It will found in table 1.1. Design of concrete structure by Nilsson sir. This book has uploaded in e-learning. Floor finish equal to 30 psf. Take floor to floor height equal to 12 feet and wall thickness equal to 5 inch. Plan view of the building. Draw a plan view as your own using this dimension and layout. Here, the total length of the building is 51 feet and 9 inch and width is 23 feet and 9 inch. Slab design. Here the given data are just picked from the question. Building dimension, length equal to 51 feet and 9 inch and width equal to 23 feet and 9 inch. Brick wall thickness equal to 5 inch. Floor to floor height equal to 12 feet. Assume exterior wall opening equal to 20% for window. F prime C equal to 35,000 psi. Fy equal to 60,000 psi. Live load equal to 100 psf and floor to finish equal to 30 psf.
Step 1. Identification of slab type. That means whether the slab is one-way or two-way. We know for one-way slab, length with ratio L by B greater than 2. Here, length equal to 25.25 feet. Here, 24 feet equal to clear span. 15 by 2 inch equal to half of the column length and it is converted into feet by dividing 12. For two columns, 15 by 2 inch is used 2 times. B equal to 11.25 feet. Here, 10 feet equal to clear span from short direction. 15 by 2 inch by 12 is the same as above. Check slab type. L by B equal to 2.24. As this value is greater than 2. So, this is one-way slab. Step 2. Determination of slab thickness. We know for 1 inch continuous slab, thickness A is equal to B by 24. We will design the slab from short direction. Here, B equal to 11.25 feet as calculated in previous slide. Thickness A is equal to 11.25 divided 24 into 12 equal to 6 inch. We shall increase slab thickness for more safety. Step 3. Calculate total factor load. Now, self weight of slab WS equal to H by 12 into 150. Here, A is equal to slab thickness equal to 6 inch. 150 equal to unit weight of concrete. 12 is to convert H into feet. So finally, self weight stands 75 psf. B floor finish WFF equal to 30 psf. C live load WLL equal to 100 psf. 3. Calculation of total factored load. Total factored load WU equal to 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 live load. From ACI code, live load factor is 1.6. Dead load factor is 1.2. Here, the value of WS, WFF and WLL are taken from previous slide. So total factored load equal to 286 PSF. Step 4. Moment calculation. Total load WU equal to 286 PSF equal to 286 PSF into 1 feet equal to 286 pound per feet. Here 1 feet is the width of the slab. As in one-way slab, we always take in width B equal to 1 feet or 12 inch. This is ACI moment coefficient for slab. From this diagram, we can see that moment coefficient at exterior support is 1 by 24, mid span is 1 by 14 and interior support is 1 by 9. Here mid span moment is positive and exterior and interior support moment is negative. At exterior support end, negative moment MNE equal to 1 by 24 into WL square. 1 by 24 as showing in previous slide. Here W equal to 286 pound per feet, L equal to 11.25 feet. Substituting all values, we get MNE equal to 18 cube inch. At mid span, positive moment MP equal to 1 by 14 into WL square. 1 by 14 as showing in previous slide. Substituting all values, we get MP equal to 31 cube inch. At interior support end, negative moment MNI equal to 1 by 9 into WL square. 1 by 9 as showing in previous slide. Here W and L is also taken from previous slide. Substituting all values, we get MNI equal to 48.3 cube inch. Depth check. Given compressive strength of concrete A prime C equal to 35,000 psi. Mu equal to 5 R square. Steel ratio rho equal to 0.85 beta 1 A prime C by Fy into epsilon U divided epsilon U plus epsilon S. A prime C and Fy are given in question. Epsilon U equal to 0.003, epsilon S equal to 0.005. Substituting all values, here steel ratio rho equal to 0.0158.
R equal to rho Fy into 1 minus 0.59 rho Fy by A prime C. By substituting all values in equation, we get R equal to 0.796 KSI. M and I equal to 5 R square. For depth check, it is necessary to check it from maximum moment, and for this M and I has taken. Finally, D equal to 2.4 inch. H equal to 2.4 inch plus 0.25 inch plus 0.75 inch. Here 2.4 inch equal to effective depth. 0.25 inch equal to diop number 4 bar divided 2. And 0.75 inch equal to 3/4 inch or clear cover. So H equal to 3.4 inch. As H is less than slab thickness, so it is okay. So provided or actual effective depth D equal to 6 inch minus 1 inch equal to 5 inch. Here 1 inch is the sum of 0.25 inch and 0.75 inch. Step 6. Calculation of minimum reinforcement. A is equal to 0.0018 bt for steel of 60 ksi. Here B equal to 12 inch, T equal to slab thickness equal to 6 inch. Finally, A is equal to 0.13 inch square. First we have to calculate minimum steel to check whether flexural steel is less than it or not. If flexural steel is less than minimum steel, we need to provide minimum steel there. Step 7. Reinforcement calculation for flexural steel. At exterior support end, MNE equal to 18 kip inch. Steel area A is equal to MNE divided by Fy into D minus A by 2. Take A equal to 1 inch for trial and error process. Here phi equal to 0.9, Fy equal to 60 ksi, D equal to 5 inch. Substituting all values in equation, S stands 0.074 inch square. Check A equal to S Fy divided 0.85 F prime C into B. Here S as calculated in previous slide and B always taken as 12 inch for one way slab. So A equal to 0.12 inch. Now again take A equal to 0.12 inch and calculate steel area. And finally A is equal to 0.067 inch square. As this is less than minimum steel area, so provide minimum steel. So flexural steel area is A is equal to 0.13 inch square. At mid span, positive moment MP equal to 31 kip inch. A is equal to MP divided by Fy into D minus A by 2. Take A equal to 1 inch for trial and error process. By substituting all values, A is equal to 0.13 inch square. Check A equal to 0.22 inch as shown in previous slide. Again, take A equal to 0.22 inch and steel area A is equal to 0.117 inch square. As this is less than minimum steel area, so provide minimum steel. So flexural steel area is A is equal to 0.13 inch square at mid span. At interior span, negative moment MNI equal to 48.30 kip inch. A is equal to MNI divided by Fy into D minus A by 2. Take A equal to 1 inch for trial and error process. Substituting all values, A is equal to 0.20 inch square. Check A equal to 0.34 inch as shown in previous slide. Again, take A equal to 0.34 inch and steel area A is equal to 0.21 inch square. Flexural steel area is A is equal to 0.21 inch square at interior span. This is a summary of reinforcement area. Flexural reinforcement area at exterior support is 0.13 inch square, mid span is 0.13 inch square and interior support is 0.21 inch square. And minimum steel area is 0.13 inch square. Now we need to calculate spacing for steel area. At mid span, steel area equal to 0.13 inch square and spacing A is equal to A is provided into 12 divided AS required. In slab, normally number 3 to number 5 bar are used as flexural steel, and here we have provided number 4 bar whose area is 0.20 inch square. So AS provided equal to 0.20 inch square, and AS required is the calculated steel area is 0.13 inch square. Substituting all values, we get spacing AS equal to 18 inch center to center. Because maximum spacing is 3 into slab thickness equal to 3 into 6 equal to 18 inch for one-way slab. Use number 4 bar at the rate of 18 inch center to center. This steel is for extra top at exterior support. At exterior support, steel area was 0.13 inch square per feet. That means for 1 feet or 12 inch spacing, steel required is 0.13 inch square. Similarly, for 36 inch spacing, steel required is 0.39 inch square. So extra top required 0.39 inch square. 36 inch spacing is twice spacing of mid span. Mid span spacing equal to 18 inch. So required steel equal to 0.39 minus 0.2 equal to 0.19 inch square. In between two crank bar, one state bar is provided. So this area of one number 4, that means 0.2 inch square, is deduced from this area. Use number 4 bar as extra top at the rate of 36 inch center to center. Similarly, to number 5 bar as extra top in between alternate cranked bars at interior end. For minimum steel area, spacing AS equal to AS provided into 12 divided AS required equal to 0.11 into 12 divided 0.13 equal to 10 inch center to center. 0.11 inch square is the area of number 3 bar. So use number 3 bar at the rate of 10 inch center to center. This is the summary of reinforcement details with spacing. This is the reinforcement detailing of slab. Here, number 4 bar at the rate of 18 inch center to center is the main bar. Number 3 bar at the rate of 10 inch center to center is the minimum steel. One number 4 bar in between two alternate cranked bars are used in exterior support. Two number 5 bars in between two alternate cranked bars are used in interior support. This is the cross section of same reinforcement detailing, and this is the end of our today's lecture. Thank you everyone.